All right, hello everyone, and welcome to week one of the ICP Draft League. This week we are taking on a good friend of ours, Matt, from also the VDL, PUDL, and a bunch of other leagues that we've played him in, coach of the Las Vegas Frights. He has a really interesting team with a lot of different sorts of threats, with Terra Iron Crown as being his first pick, Roaring Moon for potential setup sweeping, Araquanid, which could set up sticky webs into us, a Terra Hisui and Avalug, which would be interesting to see if he brings that, but we'll see. And then we did end up making some issues on some of our team prep initially because he ended up having a Jolteon before the transactions went live. So thankfully I got all that changed, but this definitely turned into an interesting match once I had realized that just prior to the match. Starting off, we are running a bulky Tornadus Therian just with some speed, HP, and a little bit in the special attack, just so that way we can do a little bit extra damage with Bleak Wind Storms as well as Heat Waves, with Knockoff just for trying to remove some of the items, and U-Turn just to give us pivot because we are running the Regenerator, obviously. So just trying to make sure that we can keep ourselves healthy, holding the heavy duty boots in case they want to get rocks up, because they do have a few solid rock setting options. So just don't want to let any too many entry hazards start affecting Tornadus. Want to be able to tank some hits with that 248 HP and just be able to pivot around and just keep some sort of pressure and momentum going throughout the game. Next up, we have our Galarian Slowking, a very bulky set for this one, running max special defense and basically max HP and a little bit in the physical defense, running Chilly Reception just for some slow pivot, trying to set up the snow for Kyurem, which we are end up bringing, you'll see that soon. Future Sight just for potentially trying to threaten them with a strong psychic move or try to force out the Roaring Moon to try to tank it. Sludge Bomb just for the overall stab damage, and Thunder Wave to try to slow down some of his team. I'd ideally like to on the Roaring Moon. We do end up living some hits off of it. Not great, but we do live a few, as well as trying to slow down things like Conkeldurr if he's not Guts, as well as Drifblim if he tries to get an Unburden boost, or the Otter Pond Wellspring, or even the Iron Crown, really. This one we are also holding the Castleberry for trying to resist any sort of ghost moves, whether that is Terra Ghost on Iron Crown, which we highly suspect, Shadow Balls from Driftblim, as well as, what am I thinking of? Shadow Balls off of Jolteon. So just trying to be able to tank a hit and then be able to pivot out with Regenerator just to try to recover back a lot of our HP. And we are bringing our Snow Abuser, our Wall Breaker, Kyurem, going max attack and almost max speed Jolly with a little bit in HP with Dragon Dance, because a single Dragon Dance can allow me to outspeed pretty much his entire team and does help with getting Icicle Spear and Scale Shot to start actually claiming kills with loaded dice. Of even if it only lands 4 or 5, essentially is guaranteeing things if I can get that +1 up. And then Draco Meteor is there for the basically just the Avalug Hisui, because with its very high defenses, and if it does want to run as his Terra this game, I don't want it to be able to just sit there and tank any sort of physical moves. I don't really ideally want to try to set up in front of it because I don't want to take any body presses or get roared out. So Draco Meteor just kind of allowed me to one-shot it and get it out of my way, as long as I can break it sturdy first. We are also bringing Sandy Shocks with max speed and max special attack, or almost max speed I should say, running Stealth Rocks, Mirror Coat, Thunderbolt, and Earth Power. No pivot on this one, but we are running the Focus Sash with Mirror Coat because this was kind of a general idea to try to check the Ursaluna Blood Moon. Ideally, if he brings out the Ursaluna in front of Sandy Shocks, he might just be, keen to go for whether it's a Blood Moon, whether it's a Earth Power, just anything to really just sort of hit us, and then it gets us down to Sash. We can Mirror Coat it, get it out of our way, because Ursaluna, even with Icicle Spear from Kyurem, does not guarantee kills if he's max HP. I think I'd have to absolute max roll on 5 hits, which that's just kind of like rolling the dice, and I don't literally loaded dice. Don't really want to try to play that game entirely this early on in the season. So this was just a way that I could try to check it, get some damage off, or just essentially kill it. He doesn't have a whole lot of other special attackers that I could really benefit from doing this other than Iron Crown, but with Tachyon Cutter, if he gets any sort of setup or booster energy special attack, he could ideally hit me with something that just straight up kills me by hitting me twice, being Tachyon Cutter, because it would break the Sash first. So Mirror Coat ideally just here for the Blood Moon. We'll see how that actually ends up going. We are also bringing our Terra Captain Gyarados. This one is a max HP, max physical defense with just a tiny bit in speed. I don't really think the speed ended up mattering anything, but it was just kind of there to put it there for some reason. Didn't really have anywhere else I wanted to put it. Attack didn't entirely matter for any other roles. We are running Thunderwave, Waterfall, Roar, and Terra Blast. Terra Blast was actually a misplay on my part. I initially had us as Terra Flying before I had realized he still had Jolteon on the team. So we were Terra Flying with Terra Blast, and once I had realized he still had Jolteon instead of Argopond Wellspring, I quickly switched it to Terra Ground because Jolteon was a huge threat into my entire team when it had potentially having an air balloon or just being able to set up with Calm Minds. And with its amazing speed stat, it just kind of looked like it could run through me. So I quickly just switched it to Terra Ground, not even thinking about putting on Earthquake. That's on me. Still had Terra Blast, so I still had some sort of coverage. But, hindsight, I should have put on Earthquake. And then we did have the protective pets. This was mostly for the Moltres because I was kind of worried about if I went for like a waterfall or anything, Moltres could try to burn me, and then it really just kind of puts me out of my misery of I'm not really able to do anything anymore. Roar was just there to try to get rid of anything that wanted to try and set up, whether that's the Ursaluna trying to set up Calm Minds, whether it's the Roaring Moon or Iron Crown, anything that wanted to try getting set up, I wanted to remove that out of the way. All right, and lastly, we are bringing Terra Water Comfey. This week, we're running Terra Water with Terra Blast because we wanted to be able to hit the Ursaluna, Blood Moon, and Moltres that could ideally try to sit in front of us before we even Calm Mind, or even after we get a single Calm Mind up. Ursaluna can still do a ton of damage or try to Calm Mind on its own. Moltres just kind of eats any of my hits, whether that's Draining Kiss or Giga Drain. So Terra Blast Water just gave me an option to be able to hit both of those, and it did hit the rest of the team neutrally for the most part. Wasn't entirely worried about using it against Avalugg Hisui. As long as I could break it sturdy, it would just die anyway. But Draining Kiss was just kind of the general idea. It would allow us to really hurt the Roaring Moon, the Conkeldurr, as well as the Araquanid and Drifblim, and then also just being able to hit the Jolteon. So I was just pleased in general with everything else that I could do with it. Giga Drain, I think, was there for the Ursaluna, Blood Moon, and potentially Araquanid, but hindsight, I probably could have switched that for something else. Terra Blast Water just hit the rest of them that I needed it to, but I digress. Life Orb was just there for some added damage. I probably should have just went like Fairy Feather if I wanted to, but I think it did help with some of the rolls when I was initially doing calcs. But anyways, that's the team for week 1. I'm looking forward to my match versus Matt, and I want to thank Tom as well as Admiral for a little bit of assistance in looking over my team and getting me ready for week 1. All right, so here we are, week 1 ICP draft, actually, this time against a good friend of ours, Matt. So let's see what he brought. He did bring, okay, so he brought the Jolteon. Okay, good to know that I figured that one out earlier, that he actually still had that. Avalugg Conkeldurr, Avalugg Hisui, which I know is a Terra Captain, Ursaluna, Blood Moon, Iron Crown, which I know is another one. Is another one of his Terra Captains, and Moltres. Okay. So he does have several hazard setters. I'm curious what he wants to lead. So he went Terra Ghost, basically just to try to block hazards. I don't know if he's gonna try to hazard stack. I think I kind of want to have this in the back by getting hazards up myself would be kind of nice. No, I'm gonna do it. We'll leave the Sandy Shocks. Anyway, so best of luck to Matt. Alright, so we'll lead the Sandy Shocks. I don't know if he'll want to lead going the Avalugg Hisui. Is Kansas. This is the Avalugg Hisui. Avalugg Hisui lead. I am perfectly fine with this. Even if he goes Terra, if he goes Terra Ghost, ideally like Earth Power and Thunderbolt, both same thing. Only difference is Earth Power doesn't really have a switch in. Thunderbolt does. So okay, gets the Earth Power, brings it down to 1. Gets the start, triggers it sturdy. What's he go for? He goes for the rocks. Okay, so he does get rocks off. Okay. Next, I probably will. Just go for another Earth Power here. He very well could just let, like, sack this off, which is fine. Oh, Custap Berry. Okay. Very smart. Good thing I still have the Focus Sash. It actually didn't even proc my Focus Sash. Wow, he just straight up didn't kill. Well, I kind of wish I was a Custap myself. That would have been actually kind of nice. But, you know, oh well. It is what it is. What does he bring out? Temp. What is this? Iron Crown? Jolteon. Okay. With its air balloon. I don't entirely know what he's going to go for. I do want to try to get rocks up myself, if at all possible. See, I kind of should have just done it. Oh, he went for Calm Mind. Oh. So he did get a +1 up, and he has Air Balloon with Volt Absorb. So he knows... Okay, so we both have rocks up at least now. This can kind of become a problem here. Actually, even at +1, Shadow Ball. Oh, it's just because I have the berry, which is fine. I will just bring out the Glow King. We'll see if he wants to go for another one here. Okay, so he does go for a second one. Ideally... Well, actually, no, because Gyarados can Terra and still kind of check this. So at +2, if we get rid of this... He doesn't really have a guarantee way of killing me. I think I will just Chilly Reception here, however. Okay, so he does go for the Shadow Ball. How much does this do? With the berry, 344. So it took me from 88. So it did 28% with me having the passive berry. Okay, so it's about a mid-roll for him being timid at least. He very well could have Alluring Voice, which would do a lot to me. I think ideally right now, as much as I would love to have the Terra on Comfey, I think this is my best move. And honestly, roaring him out would not be the worst here. So he does know that I'm Terra Ground. I'm just gonna go for the roar. So he stays in, which is fine. I'm bulky for this reason. I didn't really expect this to be like a thing that I ended up using a whole lot. Honestly, Waterfall probably would have been nice just to try to get the damage off. So he does go for the Shadow Ball. 295 took me from 75 to 192. I think that was. Dang. Okay. Cork Drive. Okay. Special attack.
so this is the Iron Crown. He was booster special attack. Which, yeah, so he will just kill me here regardless. I do want to just try to get like a Thunder Wave off in case he tries to... Okay, perfect, actually. This puts him to 324, so this just keeps him at neutral. But now there's a chance that... Now there's just a chance that he could get, like, full parried here, which would be really, really nice. Okay, so he goes to the Terra Ghost. Yep, removing that. So technically Waterfall probably would have been better. He couldn't move. He actually did get paralyzed. Okay. Unfortunate. I really just kind of wish there wasn't all that much hacks in this. And honestly, I should have went for the Roar, which would have played out nicely. But, you know, it is what it is. Frankly, I do just want to go for the Roar. Oh my god, Matt, I am so sorry, dude. I'm just gonna go for the Roar, get rid of him, so no more +2 speed, and this just slows him down and does chip damage on him, wasting his Cork Drive as well. Jolteon comes back out. I do get a little bit of damage off on this from the Air Balloon. He will just kill me. Yeah, he will just get the kill on me here. So we will just go for the Waterfall. I'm at 112. And Jolteon comes back out. Honestly, actually, I don't think he can kill me here. I do just want to go for the Waterfall. Try to break the Air Balloon, obviously. Not really going to end up meaning all that much, but still just as nice. Okay, so he goes for a Calm Mind, gets up to a +1 again. Which, yeah, at 252 Timid, Alluring Voice or Shadow Ball, I assume Shadow Ball just doesn't. Yeah, Shadow Ball will just kill me. Which is fine. Again, Terra Blast now is just kind of free, which is fine. Yep, he'll go for the Shadow Ball. He will claim this kill. Killing Gyarados. So he's at a +1. I actually don't entirely know what his set is now. I don't think it will end up mattering. He could go for a Thunderbolt. So he's at +1 now. Slowking Galar. I no longer have this. Like, it will do a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna try to just do this again. How much how much is he actually at it? A little over 20. Like, I could very well just go for the Sludge Bomb here and try to claim this kill, because this thing is kind of getting annoying. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that. I want the damage off on this. Okay, so he goes for Shadow Ball. I should just eat this. Ooh, that did a lot. But critical hit, that makes sense. Okay. Okay, good. So Slowking does pick up the kill there. We will need to switch. But that does remove the Jolteon threat. Okay, so he comes back out to the Iron Crown. He is not booster anything, and he is paralyzed, so 162. Is Terra Ghost currently? Yeah, I can't realistically do much here with that. But Torn... I'm gonna just honestly sack this off. It probably is the wrong play, but I do need some HP back on my Galarian Slowking here. Oh, it actually didn't kill me. That's really funny. Okay, so Slowking Galar at 206. No berry. Terra Blast. How much does that do? Okay, actually, I can live this now. Actually, now I'm at 157. I didn't pay attention to that. 157 puts me at 40. Terra Blast still shouldn't kill me. Actually, wait, hang on. 40%. Oh, Terra Blast absolutely could kill me. Yeah, we're gonna go out to the Torn here. Oh my goodness, Matt, I am just so sorry, dude. Like, this is just completely heart-wrenching that this just keeps happening to you. Honestly, at this point, Bleakwind's fine. Good chance that I just missed this, because my luck finally will catch me. There's just 3 unfortunate paras for him. Yep, and there it is. I missed it. Yep. Kind of figured. Went for Tachyon Cutter. Okay. Puts me to 141. Okay. We will just go for the U-turn here. Just trying to get some damage off. He likely just goes for that again. So we will just go out to our Slowking. Yep, goes for another Tachyon Cutter. 176. 107. At this point, I do just need to... Okay, I really just played for the risk of that. Again, Matt, I'm so sorry. But that really does help me. So now we can get out into my Kyurem. Which, in the snow... Yep, so we will just bring out the Kyurem here. We do go down to 301. So puts us at 75, which just guarantees that Tachyon Cutter will kill. As much as I would love to not have to do, or love to be able to do Dragon Dance just for other things, I do just need to go for the Icicle Spear. Okay, so he withdraws. Probably goes out to the Conkeldurr, is my guess. Yep, so he goes out to the Conkeldurr. Which, dang. Actually, no, it doesn't make as much of a difference. So 1, get 2, get 3, get the 4th. Okay. So it puts him just about 50%. If he's not Guts Flame Orb, he could be Choice Band. Yeah, like Iron Fist, like Choice Band Iron Fist. Which even then, though, like Mach Punch isn't killing me, and there's a good chance that this just will kill. Actually, I could just try to drop a Draco and guarantee the kill. No, I'm just going to go for another Icicle Sphere. Just kind of hoping that, you know, the Mach Punch, like, I mean, Choice Banded Iron Fist, I live, and he's not Guts. Okay, so he withdraws. Interesting. Goes out to the Ursaluna? Oh, this is the Moltres. Even if you're max like speed, he could be like a scarfed one, I guess. I'm just gonna go for another one. He could be. Oh, okay, so he's not. Okay, so Kyurem claims a kill on the Moltres. So I think he's just waiting out the turns for Snow, because now something else probably comes out. Yep, out comes the Ursaluna. Which I'm just gonna guess, you know, potentially just 252. Icicle Spear pretty much doesn't guarantee kill. I'm at 75%. Blood Moon has a chance to not kill. If I hit all 5, I'd have to absolutely high roll. I think that's fine because then... yeah, because then I can just clean up with Comfey, ideally. 1, 2... 3. Please get the 5th. He does. Perfect. Oh, Kyurem, you are coming in so clutch right now. Okay, so that should be the end of the Snow. Yes. Okay, so now the Conkeldurr can come out and, like, you know, just 252. Oh, he doesn't come out to the Conkeldurr. Interesting. Again, I think I just go for the Icicle Spear here and I'm fine. Kyurem will claim another kill. Okay, and then the Conk, which is about 50-ish%. 252, like Adamant. He takes a little bit more chip. I'm guessing he just goes. He's Like, is he choice banned? Like, that has a chance to kill me. We'll just go for the Icicle Spear here. The Mach Punch has a chance. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's so much lower. Three, and this should be it. That's 4. Okay. And that's it. That's game. You know, GG's to Matt. Again, I'm so sorry for like all those paras. That was incredibly unlucky. It really did just play into my favor the entire time, especially near the end there. I'm very curious about the current Kelder set for sure. I was expecting that to do more than that, but you know, again, well played. Always a blast to go up against Matt, and thank you everyone for checking out the video. We'll be back for week 2 of the ICP. Thank you.